Right. Why is Donald Trump a king?
Because he's nuts.
He smells funny.
For real? Is that a question?
Because he has repeatedly overused,
No King's Day!
No freaking kings!
No kings in the USA.
No King's Day! Woo!
Yeah!
No King's Day.
What are we gonna do to the king?
Gonna shut him down.
How are we gonna shut him down?
Impeachment.
If there's impeachment, that means there's a Congress and Donald Trump can't be a king.
Yes, this is a clear example that these people are clueless. Some are on the street, they don't even know why they're there. They can't even explain to someone why they call Trump king. At some point when I watched the videos, I was like, I felt ashamed. I don't know if you've seen this. Take a look at this.
Right. Why is Donald Trump a king?
Because he's nuts.
He smells funny.
For real? Is that a question?
Because he has repeatedly overused,
He's trying to abuse this world and try to make this place all about him.
Why are you asking me this? You know the answer.
What's the answer?
You know it.
What is it?
You know the answer.
So many people showed up.
Imagine if they showed up like this for Kamala.
People showed up for Kamala.
Did that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
What is one action that Donald Trump took that is impossible to do under the Constitution, but he did it anyway?
I can't name specific laws, I'm sorry.
I lost a lot of thought on that.
You're a reporter, so why don't you do your homework? Don't ask me.
Went to war.
Legally, he could do that.
He kept
Putting ice in our cities.
Legally, he could put ice in cities.
I don't really give a about legally. Rename the Kennedy Center.
Which amendment under the Constitution is he prohibited to renaming the Kennedy Center?
I refer you to the New York Times 2 days ago. They had a list of 30 items.
And you read it.
I read it, absolutely.
So what is one thing from that list?
One thing from that list is
He's trying to run again.
If he's trying to run again, why'd he leave office the first time?
Because he got voted out.
So why won't he leave office now when he's term limited?
Because he's a fascist, that's why. Did you
left-
not hear what I said?
But he left
He's
the
a
first
midterm.
But I thought Donald Trump was a king, so there wouldn't be any elections.
Don't be so cavalier about that. You're taking this as a joke. It's not. This is
serious.
you. I don't think you know how serious it is.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
If he was acting like a king, he'd probably try to jail his political opponents.
Of course he has.
Oh my God, wait. I think Joe Biden might be a king.
Nick posted this. No king is 100% BS. These demonstrations this weekend were bangroo by George Soros and Levi Sankham through 500 NGOs with a $3 billion yearly budget. These two needed to be jailed a long time ago for funding domestic terrorism. It is a shame they are free. If you've been watching this channel, you realize I posted something like this. Yeah, where this lady actually did a compilation of all the people that funded these demonstrations that we saw. At the end of the day, there are still some Democrats that came out struggling to say nobody was paid, things like this. And the evidence keep piling up. They struggle every single day to refuse.
I went around and asked people who are not work at Fox, friends of mine, whatever. Hard to believe I have them. Nobody even knew that this was going on. The only reason why we know this is because we get tons and tons of clips on X that are absolutely hilarious. The Mad Max lady, we're covering her tonight on my show. But I mean, this is what this really is. This is group therapy designed as public theater. And what does it accomplish? It doesn't accomplish anything because, like the very worst self-help, it's self-indulgent. If you were to observe it, you don't come out of it as an outsider and think, wow, that made my day better. I'm persuaded. I look at this is the actual opposite of persuasive. You see this and you go, I don't want to be part of that. The Free Britney movement was more inspirational than this. But it's like it's not about being inspirational. It is about being seen. And that has always been a thing that you hear. I want to be seen. And so more and more of this movement is about your identity, what you decide to be, and it's an expression of self, a tantrum.
Ladies, this is your reminder that you're way too hot to be with your MAGA husband. So leave your MAGA husband. Leave your MAGA husband, but cheat on him first. Cheat with his brother or his best friend, whichever's worse. He doesn't deserve your kidding, yum yum. It's time for you to hit the road, but leave a lasting impression before you go. And cheat on your MAGA husband and take a picture while you're getting plowed. Leave your MAGA husband.
Like, what do y'all think he's doing? Issuing royal decrees? Like, I don't think you guys know what a king is. I really don't. I think it's just, we don't like him and we want everyone to know that we don't like him. So we're gonna stand out in the street and try to get our way. And what is their way, you might ask? Things that already exist. Why don't y'all just go reread the Constitution and the Bill of Rights? I'm serious. Like, I'm not trying to be condescending. Like, you would probably feel so much better. You look stressed. Like, imagine if everything was fine. Like, imagine if you didn't have to stress about something that wasn't real. Like, does that not sound nice? I really don't understand. Imagine thinking that there's a king in the United States of America when we have hundreds of elected officials on the federal level and millions on the state level. Do you guys know what a monarch is? Also, if he was a king, the America Save Act would have already been passed by now. Did you forget about that part? Remember when they told me that if I vote for Donald Trump, that he's gonna take women's rights away? I'm still driving. If he was a king, he wouldn't let y'all look so stupid in public.
It seems like there's a lack of diversity here today. That it's mostly people who look like you and I just think it's
not. Yes, there is something, I don't know if you've realized with this No King demonstration that these people put out every single time. If you realize this is the third No Kings they have put out, and try to see if you will realize if they have achieved something. I want you to know, everything they focus on, wow, look at the crowd that came out. This is all I see with these people. This is what they put out on social media. But there is one video they are not showing you. They don't want you to see this clip.
That it's mostly people who look like you and I just think
it is not for black people, for people of color to get out on the street. They're at risk when they do that. If anybody's going to get arrested here, it's going to be a black person.
The amount of money they pour in to organize this, at some point, some spend their entire day struggling to prove that these people are not paid to be doing this. I don't want to go into that. My focus on this video is just to bring this aspect of Democrat, like, 8 million people show up.
Office. Yeah. Would you like J.D. Vance to be the president then?
No, I would not.
Okay.
Yeah, I would not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who would you like to be the president?
Kamala Harris right now.
What does no kids mean?
You know, I think it means that the Dow is over 50,000. So that's what we should be paying attention to right now, okay? They hate it. It hurts their ego. And it gets people going.
Hi, everyone. I do want to say, it was an amazing thing to see over the weekend because this No Kings rallies all over the country. Mm-hmm. It was fantastic to watch. Yeah. I was just so thrilled to see. I mean, you can't see it there, but it's there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But the amount of people just all over the country.
Yeah, but can you translate this to the voting booth? But then you saw this huge turnout of young voters, and that's something in other coalitions that we haven't seen.
Comments on the internet, and it's easy to think this is how everybody is. Everybody's nasty. To see this, to see...
It would deceive you to believe that you've already won. This is the mentality Democrats are having right now. The simple truth is they're organizing all these things just to draw it toward the midterm, so to stir up people, their base. This is all they're doing. There is nothing like Trump is a king. If I take you into countries where they really have a king, you will not be able to stand and do this. Yeah, because they will pick you up and maybe you will not even know where you are. I want to appreciate people sharing out the videos. God bless you abundantly. As of the short clips, that is for the white algorithm. You can always skip.
well as there being just many New Yorkers and people from all over the country here.
Us to show up. I think it's important for us to show up in
No Kings in Austin, Texas. I want to show you
the density, the idea that there are
they're just hard. What is this? My 600-pound?
Yeah, and you're right. Every day is something new.
That Trump laid in the State of the Union address.
To get here. Trump! Go Trump! Hey, Murphy, you're scumbag. Thanks, man.
Our chamber is chanting USA. Philip.
He utilized almost like these game show type moments where you're seeing awards being presented.
Just so and did not shake her hand there.
Here's the video. He shook everyone's hand. Everyone. Here's the Chief Justice. All of them got their hands shaken. To the point where they had to come back on the air and say this and stop 33.
But we should point out as he walks in, he's pretty close to the justices again as he comes.
Other than illegal on either of those two, I think they took his bait.
Can take away from the joyous moment as all Americans. And why are they putting a medal?
Oh, he's already under scrutiny for 1,000 reasons. Carol Patel posted this on X.
Job.
I get suspicious when any
person's home. It's very easy to.
This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today.
The country's in such emotional turmoil.
And Republicans on both sides. You're
so amazing. And wasn't it so great?
When it can be hard to hope.
Hey, girl.